We are back with the adult female black belt middleweight final. We got Andressa Cintra taking on Thalyta Silva. Rematch of the 2022 Worlds Final. Also the 2022 Worlds No-Gi Final and the 2023 Brasileiro Final. These two have dominated this middleweight division as of late.
Yeah, these ladies are no strangers to each other, and you better believe that they're going to continue to see each other. Definitely familiar. We saw a little bit of an exchange there on where they were starting in the center of the mat.
We've seen some close matches too in their three. In the Worlds Final, Andressa won via decision. She did get that submission via knee bar in the Worlds No-Gi Final, but won by a single advantage in the 2023 Brasileiro Final. Thalyta very good at this double underpass.
Wow, that was a really tricky call there in the beginning. We saw, Andressa opt to pull. Thalyta timed her shot just a little bit before the pull, and so she'll get 2 points for a takedown here.
Great start for Thalyta Silva. Starts with the 2 points and ends up in her favorite passing position. This double under position where she's passed so many middleweights guards. Thalyta, a 2-time European champion. Andressa, a 3-time world champion, a Pan champion, a 2-time Brasileiro champion. Andressa going for her 4th IBJJF black belt world title here at middleweight.
Yeah, I see Andressa trying to circle her feet inside and in front. If she can get her shins in front, she can create some space and almost come out to a closed guard. She can opt to go into spider guard, but Thalyta's really great at closing the space and not leaving any openings in this double under position, which is very, very difficult to do. Like you said, Danny, we've seen her do that in quite a few of her middleweight division matches. Thalyta stands up to try to pick up and elevate the hips of Andressa, maybe hoping to try to dump the legs over the top of the head, but Andressa really brilliant in her ability to use her core to come up and keep the position a little more neutral rather than letting her legs and her hips get dumped over. Now she has a foot on the shoulder and a foot on the hip, so this is a bit of a better position for Andressa, but Thalyta again removes that and comes back to the same start.
Just staying really tight here in this double under position. Andressa doing a good job getting that left foot on the bicep. Trying to create some space. Now she's in more of a spider lasso position, double sleeve control.
Andressa, another one of our competitors who is just so dominant both on top and bottom. Her passing is just disgusting, and her bottom game is just hard to stop. She's like a tornado coming up on sweeps. But like you said, I'm really excited to see this match because these ladies are such good tests for each other. I see things come out in their games that don't normally have to come out in maybe some of their other matches because it is so tightly contested.
Now Thalyta in more of an over-under style pass. Trying to pin that bottom leg of Andressa. Walking to her left right now. Andressa's guard retention is so good though. Keeping her legs in front of Thalyta, making great strong frames. And doing a great job avoiding this stack pressure of Thalyta Silva.
Yeah, a bit of a different attempt here now from Thalyta. We see her head all the way down the stomach. She had her hips up in the air, driving down into the hips of Andressa. Now pulling the hips up on top of her legs. Makes it very difficult for the player on bottom to get any meaningful movement when your hips are elevated like that because you can't turn on your side. It's very difficult to bridge, and you can't scoot back. We see Andressa desperately trying to move back to create space for her feet to come inside. But every time Thalyta pulls her hips up, it takes away Andressa's movement ability.
Such a great point because she doesn't have many sweep options from there, not too many submission options. And Thalyta has great passing options, so it's a great spot for Thalyta to be in.
We did see, though, a penalty jump onto the board there for inactivity for Thalyta. The referees believe that she wasn't doing enough to improve the position. So even though she was in a good position, she wasn't working to move it forward. And so she was dinged with a penalty, which changes the scope of the match a little bit because if Andressa were to be able to sweep and put 2 points on the board, she now is in the lead.
Six minutes and 13 seconds left in this middleweight black belt final here at the 2023 World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. Andressa Cintra on bottom in the blue gi. Thalyta Silva on top in the white gi. Thalyta's got the lead, 2 points to none. She does have that penalty. But so far, she's been able to maintain that early lead she got from timing the guard pull, where she got the takedown points.
This is a more interesting development there from Andressa Cintra, I was about to say, but it got even more interesting as I was speaking with the gi coming all the way over the top of Thalyta's head. But Andressa still has that deep collar grip. May have to reset the belt tie here so that when Andressa restarts with that collar grip, we don't end up with the gi over the head once again. So we'll still reset, same position. The grips will be there, but the gi will be a little bit more secure.
Some very strong attacking grips for Andressa there with the collar and the sleeve. Sets up a lot of triangles, omoplatas from there.
Yeah, the three-time world champion, Andressa, no stranger to being down 2 points in the match and making it happen. She looks very calm and collected. Thalyta looking for her first gi world championship. And for an athlete like Thalyta, when you've had close matches with such a legendary, accomplished competitor, that's got to feel really good to taste the blood in the water a little bit, to know that you have the ability to make it happen. So certainly Thalyta coming in with not only something to prove, but a lot of confidence as well that she could make it happen today.
Doesn't have a win over Andressa at black belt, but like you said, has that world championship experience. This is a rematch from 2022. Same final. She's also a two-time European champion. She's been in these high-pressure final situations, and she seems comfortable.
Coaching Andressa, of course, we have none other than the legend that is Draculino. But we also have Lucas Valente, her husband, who is a world-class competitor himself, world medalist, multiple-time world medalist, and he is known for what some call the impassable guard. So you mentioned her guard retention earlier. It's not surprising with the likes of who she's training with, right? See a bit of a double spider action here, but we might lose the gi again over the head. Trying to pull that arm in to potentially attack a triangle here, maybe switch off to an omoplata. But with the gi coming over the head, they're going to have to reset.
Thalyta passing with her head down in that posture, and Andressa with such a strong collar grip, it just keeps happening where the gi keeps getting pulled over her head, but we'll reset. And Andressa will get those strong attacking grips back.
Yeah, not surprising with the combo that we're seeing, like you said, Danny. We're seeing Thalyta with her head straight down, but Andressa, her guard is very collar grip heavy. She really has an excellent way of breaking the posture down, not only to keep the person from passing, but she attacks a lot of omoplatas. She attacks lightning fast triangles. She goes into, spider guard overhead sweeps. So not surprising to see that bit of a combo, but I think with 4 minutes on the board and down by 2, we're going to see a little more insistence now start to come in from Andressa. Because even though
now she's in a good position looking for that omoplata. Andressa lifting her hips.
Almost has the angle. She's going to start to cross her feet. It's not quite past the front of the head, which is what she's looking for. And Thalyta's trying to desperately keep her head down and inside position.
Great defense there by Thalyta Silva.
Really smart insistent there by Thalyta keeping her head down. For the omoplata, Andressa was looking across the shin over the face. Wasn't quite able to get it, but she is definitely on the offense now. She's trying to get back in the driver's seat. Thalyta with a very interesting passing. You see her win this very head down passing quite a bit, and it's not super common. It does make sense that it connects well with her double under consistency that we see, but it opens you up to a lot of danger as well, right? Which we're seeing with those threats of the omoplata, threats of triangles.
Hard to see if she has the arm trapped, but it looks like Andressa may be trying to set up some sort of triangle or omoplata.
Andressa may be trying to hip over to the other side to latch on to that far arm. But with Thalyta keeping her right arm out of danger, you can see her right arm is grabbing the sleeve, so she won't be pulled into a triangle or an armbar just yet.
Yeah, very interesting grips here from Thalyta Silva. Still trying to use an approach based on pressure. Try and close some of this distance. But like we talked about, Andressa's guard retention and her distance management is world class.
But we will see another penalty now for Thalyta for inactivity. Now she's got to be careful because with 2:30 left, if she gets a third penalty, there will be 2 points on the board for Andressa, and Andressa will take the lead. Andressa is going to be really insistent on looking to score here at 2:20 left on the clock.
Thalyta trying to go right back into that double underpass. Andressa doing a good job with her left leg, getting the lasso, trying to prevent that, and staying really active here.
Yeah, Andressa just punched that lasso all the way through on the left side. It's going to give her a bit more leverage on the shoulder. See the right foot on the bicep too with distance management, not quite a spider grip. Now lasso on the right side. Andressa really throwing everything at her that she can think of.
Yeah,
almost in on the far leg.
Grip, wrapping up her right leg, trying to create an angle. Gives her a lot more sweep options.
But Thalyta's got to be really careful here, though, with the stalling, because if she continues to back up this way, it's going to look like inactivity.
Yeah, Andressa keeping that lapel grip with her left hand. And just trying to stay active.
Wow.
She gets the penalty.
Penalty there. That is going to put Andressa Cintra in the lead. We heard a lot of booing in the arena, a lot of frustration. But Thalyta was, she still has a chance to turn the tide of this match if she can start to get to a passing position. But Andressa now in the lead with 1 minute on the clock, and her world-class guard retention, that's going to be a big ask for Thalyta Silva.
Yeah, especially with this lapel grip now. Andressa's got her right leg wrapped up in the lapel. Has some great sweeping options from here, and also just great control.
Andressa now attacking that far leg. She could be in on an E-bar or a toe hold here. She could even potentially use it to come up and sweep. She looks like she's starting to come up to top position. She'll have to come up to her knee to put that 2 on the board. But she is in the lead, so she could also opt just to stay in smart position here.
If she can free that left foot, I think she'll be able to come up on top and increase the point margin. Less than 20 seconds left. Andressa Cintra comes up on top, gets the 2 points. She is now up 4-2. Also has an advantage.
Andressa looking super excited. And a last-minute sweep attempt, though, from Thalyta.
Time will expire, and Andressa Cintra wins her 4th world title here at the 2023 World Jiu-Jitsu Championships.
Big win for Andressa Cintra here. Not only was there, of course, that penalty, but she came in with a last-minute sweep, put some extra stamp on that win, and she wins her 4th world title here in the middleweight division. Andressa Cintra, one of Gracie Barra's most accomplished female competitors.
Looks like this match will officially end in a DQ. But regardless, Andressa Cintra is the middleweight world champion.
Andressa Cintra, representing Gracie Barra.
4-time world champion. Andressa Cintra's won titles in 2019, 2021, 2022, and now 2023.
Almost fell over there. She jumped on Draculino in the corner, a bit of a misstep, but both of them so excited. Just an incredible win for their team in Gracie Barra, Texas there. And just an incredible personal win for Andressa Cintra. We see that early 2 points that came on the board for the well-timed shot here in our replay. That put Andressa behind for the majority of the match, but it was, she was looking for this omoplata midway through the match. She was trying really hard to score the entire time, being down by those 2 points.
It was the penalties that gave her the lead, but then she got the sweep at the end.
And then also, like we mentioned, I think it officially ended in a DQ. I'm not quite sure exactly what those for. We weren't able to see the end. Maybe one of the ending exchanges that the referee was privy to. But either way, Andressa stamping her 4th world title in the history books here today. With her 2 points, she came up and submitted that title. A lot of excitement on her face here towards the end of the match.